It is in our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. The truth about ourselves is always deeper than what we manage to grasp. Sometimes, the people no one imagines anything of do the things that no one can imagine. We are all wounded, but wounds are the place where light enters you. To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. The bravest thing I ever did was continuing my life when I wanted to die. Vulnerability is not weakness, and the uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure we face every day are not optional. Our only choice is a question of engagement. Our willingness to own and engage with our vulnerability determines the depth of our courage and the clarity of our purpose. The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and a deep, loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. We must be willing to let go of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. The only way out is through. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. The strongest souls shine after the darkest storms. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. We are not our secrets. We are what our secrets do to us. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. There is hope, even when your brain tells you there isn't. The wound is the place where the light enters you. What we don't need in the midst of struggle is shame for being human. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. The only thing to fear is fear itself. It's okay to not be okay, as long as you are not giving up. Your emotions are valid. The best view comes after the hardest climb. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was ending, he turned into butterfly. Even the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. The greater part of our happiness or misery depends on our dispositions and not on our circumstances. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising up every time we fail. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. When the world pushes you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. The oak fought the wind and was broken. The willow bent when it must and survived. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. they must be felt with the heart. What matters most is how well you walk through the fire. You are not defined by your past. You are prepared by it. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The mind is everything, what you think you become. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Where there is love, there is life. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Peace begins with a smile. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Darkness is merely the absence of light, and fear is merely the absence of love. Let your hopes, not your hurts, shape your future. We are each of us angels with only one wing, and we can only fly by embracing one another. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it present. The best revenge is massive success. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. The fragrance always stays in the hand that gives the rose. Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. It always seems impossible until it's done. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The mind is everything, what you think you become. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. It is never too late to be what you might have been. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Change your thoughts and you change your world. What we think, we become. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear.